Yo, what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, Olu Nation. My name is Rodrick Zolunya, and on this channel, we talk about life affecting us as men in our day to day activities. So, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, drop a like on the video, comment down below. Maybe you have ideas on what I could talk about in the future, in future videos. So, leave a comment below. And on this channel, we do not masturbate and we do not watch porn. So, right into the video. The topic of today's video is why controlling your sexual desires as a man is very vital. So, you can all agree with me that most men, we think with our small head, right? Uh, to be honest, most men are dick driven. They're driven by their small head, not knowing that when you start thinking with your big head, is when you start getting better results. You start thinking with your big head, you start getting more ideas on how to improve yourself. You start getting more ideas on how to become a better version or the best version of yourself, to become a better man. And we know that any man who thinks with a small head, they are always chasing women. That's something that is open. Any man who thinks with their small head, they are always chasing women, which leads to loss of resources and loss of time due to manipulation. Because you think with your small head, so you're giving the opposite gender a loophole to manipulate you from. You're giving them a point of view to manipulate you from. Any man who thinks with their small head, they chase women, they're dick driven, and manipulation to them by women is always what happens for that woman or for the opposite sex to get what they want. So let's get right into it. Why is controlling your sexual desires as a man very important? Number one, you now have the power within you. Remember, I told you any man who cannot learn to control their sexual desires, or any man who does not know how to control their sexual desires, is dick driven. You start thinking with your small head, you chase women. When you chase women, you give them the power to manipulate you. They manipulate you to get what they want. They're using your lack of discipline in controlling your sexual desires. They use that lack of discipline in you to control your sexual desires so that they can manipulate you to get either your resources or just waste your time. We know that women like attention. They like free attention and validation. It does not matter where it's coming from. There was a guy who once told me that even if women are getting free attention and validation from border guys, these guys who drive motorbikes, they're not interested in them, but they will willingly and freely take that attention and validation, wasting your time and your resources. So if you're a guy who knows or who has the discipline to control their sexual desires, you're like, hey, whether I get this chick or not, I'll sleep well today. I'll sleep well at night. It does not matter whether I get her or not. You're outcome independent. You don't want to sleep with any woman. That's not what's in your brain. What's in your brain is self-improvement. How can I improve myself? How can I become the best? How can I become the best version of myself? So the power is with you. If you learn how to control your sexual desires, the power is with you. Because the opposite gender cannot use your lack of discipline in controlling your sexual desires to manipulate you into getting your time, into getting your resources, or wasting them. That's number one. Number two, if you learn how to control your sexual desires, you now start getting quality women who you want. You start getting quality women because you see, you don't see the need of sleeping with each and every woman. You start vetting them. You now start having standards for quality women who you want. Remember, you're improving yourself. You're improving on, you're working on becoming the best version of yourself. So if you start learning the discipline to control your sexual desires, you also attract women of the same kind. Women who learn how to control their sexual desires. They do not see the need to go and sleep with each and every man out there. Remember, you attract who you are. If you're a quality person, you attract other quality people. And the only way that you can start becoming a quality person is working on yourself, working on becoming the best version of yourself. You start going to the gym, you start working on 3 F's. You start working on your fitness, on your fashion, and on your finances. The 3 F's: fitness, finances, and your fashion. You start working on those things, you become a quality person. You also start attracting other quality people. Number 3, if you learn how to control your sexual desires, you don't get risks of STDs, bro. These days, STDs are rampant all over the world, not only in my country here, I believe so. STDs are rampant. So if you don't have the urge, or you don't see the need, or you don't have the drive to go and sleep with every woman, I told, from a point before, like I told you, you start vetting these women. You know, you take your time. You only want quality women. You can even tell them, hey, let's go get tested. I mean, if that's a sure way to know if you want to really be sure, hey, let's go get tested. Maybe you also, if you're not sexually, if you have sexual discipline, you're also very, um, you're big on using protection, because you know there are risks of getting STDs. Some STDs do not have cure, like genital herpes. You live with them for the rest of your life. I believe that's not a life that that all of you men want. You want a good quality life, right? Yeah. So learning to control your sexual desires will help you prevent things like STDs and sexually transmitted diseases related to that. Finally, um, if you learn to control your sexual desires, you have you will have the discipline to use your time and your resources more efficiently. You won't be using most of your time to chase women. Remember, if you do not know how to control your sexual desires, definitely you think with your small head, always chasing women. So you don't know. You most of the time you'll be using it to do what? To chase these women. A person or a man who knows how to control their sexual desires, most of their time they are putting it in improving themselves, improving and wanting to become the best version of themselves. That's a man who knows how to control their sexual desires does. Working on becoming a high quality person, a high value man, so that you can also start attracting other high value people, like I told you before. Now, controlling your sexual desires is not an easy thing to do. As men, you know that we have a high testosterone levels, and testosterone, being the male hormone, uh, is aligned to masculinity. And we know that masculinity, one of the roles of masculinity, even in the Bible, is to do what? To produce, reproduce, and fill the world. So that urge or that sexual desire drive is always in us. It's in us, but you can work on controlling it. You can work on controlling it, which will help you in many ways, or will prevent many things like we talked about in the video. But then if you've reached up to this point of the video, kindly subscribe to the channel. If you're new, drop a like. You can share the video, it might help someone. And also drop a comment down below for maybe future videos or ideas. Now, to me, I believe that any man who learns the art of controlling their sexual desires has become a winner. already before even getting the success. They've already become a winner because that is a very huge step. The Bible says, um, if you lack the will or the drive or the discipline to control your sexual desires, the opposite sex will take you down. Because you're told, the Bible says that women have made nations, kingdoms, and countries fall. Look at the story of Samson and Delilah. Maybe that was a lack of controlling his sexual desires. King Solomon had so many wives until the point he took Uriah's wife. What did he have to go through to take Uriah's wife? He had to kill Uriah, putting him in front of the battle. So, as a man, if you learn to control your sexual desires, to me, you're already a winner. So, that's all for this video. Remember, on this channel, we do not masturbate and we do not watch porn. Thank you for watching. Till next time, peace.